Hello, fabulous people! Welcome to a handy little recap of mild magic Icewind Dale. You can use this video to catch up on the events of our last episode in under 10 minutes to be all up to date for tomorrow's exciting episode. Now, at the start of last week's game, the as of yet unnamed party set out from Bremen toward Bryn Shander, skirting around the city of Targos. Before they could arrive, however, they were beset by a pair of peritons, immense bird-like beasts with the heads of skeletal stags. The party's barbarian, Tonach, found new power in their rage as an aura of glittering magic enveloped not only them, but the rest of the party, increasing their AC for a short time. Oster made good use of the spell Ray of Enfeeblement, and Lucius relied on the old classic, Dissonant Whispers, to hurt the beasts at a distance. Unfortunately, despite the protective magic of Tonach's rage, the dice were not on Baroth's side, and the Dwarven Cleric was quickly dropped below 0 hit points, and taken aloft by a hungry Periton. Luckily for him, Oster successfully commanded the bird back to the ground, where the dwarf got in the final blow with a well-placed guiding bolt crit. Arriving in Bryn Shander, bloody, tired, and with a sack full of Periton meat, the party were welcomed into the Northlook Tavern by a singing, taxidermied knucklehead trout. Lucius learned some new insults from the fish, while the rest of the party got a surprisingly good deal on a large room with a fireplace from a barkeep with the unusual name of Scramsax. Settling in for the evening, Oster cooked up the Periton meat with some of the dried herbs they retrieved from their cabin in Lonelywood, making enough stew to last the party 2 days. They then headed down to the bar to ask after Kadroth, the tiefling leader of their ex-cult, and discovered along the way that Crannoch Siver, the speaker for Caer-Dineval, the town where the party believes Sefer Caltro is hiding, is supposedly bedridden and hasn't been seen for months. They also discover that a variety of eccentric magical weirdos has been seen around East Haven, one of whom has been captured. But the conversation goes sour when Oster reveals that they, like these magical weirdos, can cast spells. Upstairs before bed, the party discuss family, home, polyamory, and how Baroth literally drew the short straw between himself and his sibling to leave the forge and find out what's causing the Frostmaiden's wrath. That night, tucked up in bed, pondering his awe, Baroth failed his charisma saving throw. But what that means, no one yet knows. In the morning, the party went to see the captain of the Bryn Shander militia, Markham Southwell, about the knolls of Cackling Chasm. When they arrived, they once again encountered William the Scrimshander, and were reminded of their contract to kill Sefer Caltro before he kills Will. Although vengeance against the gnolls was appealing, the party decided to be better people and set off towards Caer-Dineval to see what could be done about the chilly assassin. Unfortunately, before that could happen, they needed to check out of their room at the Northlook. It turns out, Scramsax was a filthy, leeching landlord and wanted additional payment for damages to the room, none of which had occurred. Lucius, in a moment of sheer brilliance, used the spell Distort Value to trick him into taking 2 copper pieces instead of the demanded 2 gold, and the group got on the road as quickly as possible. On the long walk towards Caer-Dineval, flush with their success at avoiding Scramsax's scan, the party were quieted by an awe-inspiring, awful sight. The Frostmaiden herself, high above, riding a great white rock across the sky and drawing the aurora behind her. The adventurers froze with fear and did not move until she was long out of sight. Eventually, our group of adventurers arrived in Caer Dineval, only to find that the inn, Dineb's Rest, was long since boarded up. While debating the morality of breaking in to have somewhere to sleep out of the cold and the snow, the party saw two figures in dark robes heading towards them from the lakeshore, and only just managed to hide in time. Peering out from their hiding place, Oster caught a glimpse of the black sword pendants they wore, which confirmed their suspicions. Their old cult was active, and possibly in control, here in Caer Dineval. Heading round back of the tavern, the party find their way in through a barely locked back door and explore the ruin. On the second floor, a door collapses under the simple pressure of being pushed open, and the cloud of dust that flies up outlines an invisible figure in the center of the room beyond. Suddenly, the group are surrounded by 6 Duergar, speaking in a language none of them understand. Baroth desperately tries Dwarvish to only momentary success, and where we left off, the party were moments away from a bloody confrontation. And that is where we'll pick up tomorrow for episode 9 of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you so much to Izzy for writing up that little recap there. And thank you so much to Kate Irwin, the art director for Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, who supervised the creation of all the beautiful, brilliant art that you've seen. You will find the... names of all of the artists down in the description below if you're watching on YouTube. Until then, take care of each other, love each other, and we will see you tomorrow for another episode, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. See you then. Bye!